SCP-3838, aka Nomads of the 4th Dimensional Steppe. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. A perimeter is to be established 1 kilometer away from SCP-3838's area of operation. A single entrance is located on the eastern edge to allow entrance in a grass to and from the area of operation and research base. To prevent incursions by SCP-3838-4, the perimeter is heavily armed against both internal and external threats. SCP-3838-4's activities are currently limited to occasional raids on the other SCP-3838 instances, but conversations with members of the other SCP-3838 instances indicate that SCP-3838-4's occupation is currently due to begin in 2054, with a strong likelihood of this is occurring to an early date due to SCP-3838-4's military strength and aggressive behavior. Efforts to engage SCP-3838-4 diplomatically are underway, but this should not be done at the expense of the Foundation's relationship with SCP-3838-3. Internal disputes or conflicts between SCP-3838 instances are not to be interfered with. There are, however, 2 exceptions to this rule. 1. If said conflicts may cause a containment breach. Or 2. If any conflict occurs between SCP-3838-4 and either SCP-3838-2 or -3, as per our agreement with these groups, any members of SCP-3838 are to be detailed and interrogated upon sight. No such members have been encountered thus far. Description: SCP-3838 refers to a series of 8 nomadic Turkmen tribes. These tribes all accompany the space of 10 kilometers square at a site in western Turkmenistan, near the Caspian Sea. However, these tribes possesses an ability to travel through time, and thus each SCP-3838 instance occupies the land at a different point in history. SCP-3838 instances treat different periods of time as they are different areas of territorial pasture owned by one tribe or another. Agreements and conflicts for the periods owned by each tribe are common, with some raids into a particular time period common. Two time periods have been set aside for a particular common purpose, under which these is an agreed upon partly between the tribes. An specified period in the early 15th century BCE, and the period from 1800 to 1858, used as a marketplace as a place for intertribal councils and gatherings. SCP-3838 instances travel through time through an unknown ritual, which is not shared with outsiders. It is known that this involves the travelers entering a gur with 2 flames flanking the entrance, but nothing else about the process has been conclusively determined. SCP-3838 instances do not occupy their time period continuously, but ordinarily move to a different time within their period, yet forwards or backwards every 6 months. Continual raiding, conflict, and reuse of already used years has resulted in a number of temporal paradoxes occurring. These have not, however, caused any significant temporal disabilities due to an unknown method of temporal preservation. The culture of SCP-3838 is typical of nomadic tribes of the region. The primary live in gears, and each tribe is ruled by a Khan. Despite the small sizes of each group, they all speak the same antiquated dialect of Turkmen, believed to have been common in the region during the 15th century. Some also speak Persian and Chagatai, with a small number possessing knowledge of classical Arabic. SCP-3838 instances often practice a fusion of traditional and Islamic beliefs, with some exceptions detailed below. Economically, SCP-3838 instances live off the milk and meats of goats and sheep, with natural spring located within the bounds of their physical territory providing water. A number of handicrafts are created by the SCP-3838 instances. This is often the role of the women, although traditionally auxiliary in nature of nomadic societies also affords them a limited role in herding, rearing, combat, and sometimes tribal leadership. The exception to this is SCP-3838-2, which is a solely matriarchal tribe. Of note is the possession of large quantities of advanced technology and weaponry possessed as by all the SCP-3838 instances. These have reportedly been raided or traded from tribes whose territory is in the future. SCP-3838-3 is the current SCP-3838 instance occupying the pasture land. The Foundation has promised as protection for SCP-3838-3 against SCP-3838-4, a hostile tribe seeking to aggressively expand its territory into the 21st century. In exchange, SCP-3838-3 voluntarily offers the Foundation advanced technology which the Foundation believes may be useful. The Foundation has a arrangement with SCP-3838-2, although their territory is now in the past. This agreement is rarely activated in modern times. Communication with the tribes is difficult, as the Foundation encounters them at wildly different points in their personal timelines, and often receive contradictory information as a result. A problem exacerbated by the continuous rewriting of the timeline. SCP-3838 was first discovered in 1696 when the Foundation predecessor organization Divani Injectata Office of Magic, a part of the Steppe governmental apparatus, which would later become an independent organization, respond to reports of disappearing and reappearing tents by relocated Kurdish tribesmen in the area. The Divan Ijadaleya continued to contain the tribes until its absorption into the Foundation in 1834. The anomaly itself is believed to have started in the 15th century BCE, following a vast battle. They have however, been heavily influenced by later Turkic and Islamic nomads, and their oral history contains few reliable elements from before the 1st century CE. Below are details of all the SCP-3838 tribes, their zones of control, and the nature of the two partly zones. Note that some of this information was recording during the earlier periods of the Foundation's histories and that of their predecessors, when social attitudes and a data gathering were performed under markedly different standards. The Holy Years, period 15th century BCE. Within the variant of Tigray beliefs practiced often synchronically with Islam, by Scp-3838, these years are considered to be a particularly holy site, where a great conglomeration of spirits has gathered. It is believed that a great battle occurred shortly before the beginning of these years, but there is certainly as to its nature. SCP-3838-1 period 110 CE to 290 CE. Little is known about this tribe. They were only observed in the marketplace years. They are rumored to produce particularly fine earthenware pots, and these were often seen in the marketplace. Usually they appear to follow strong Manichaean beliefs, but associated darkness in Manichaean dualism with the color red. SCP-3838-2 period 1130 BCE to 1799 CE. A matriarchal tribe, combat, herding, and tribal leadership are solely laid to the preserved women. This unusual arrangement is credited to a hero during the ancient battle mentioned earlier. Their usually large territory is a mark of their particular success as a tribe. Information on this tribe is scant and filled with exaggeration and myth by the writers. It is known, however, that they were skilled hunters who often ranged further afield than the other tribes, engaging in the Mongol tradition of the Nurj. They practiced a mixture of shamanism and Islam. The marketplace, 1800 CE to 1858 CE, a place of pre-agreed upon gatherings. Tribes often arrive here to trade technology and talismans, as well as to attribute disputes. SCP-3838-4's hostility has resulted in their exclusion from this period. SCP-3838-8 instances are never seen. A description by Foundation operative Ali Kuli Lee Beg, it describes the war on offer for as strange and terrible things: muskets and rifles altered to emit with bolts of light, pagan talismans which glow with strange fire, and an antique funeral urn with shifting markings, and arrows which follow their targets like hounds. SCP-3838-3 period 1870 CE to 2040 to 2054 CE. The current tribe by SCP-3838-3 is ruled by a Khan in constellation with several bags, perhaps mirroring the traditional position in the region of a Khan being a senior governor and a beg being a lesser governor. Members of SCP-3838-3 are known for the particular quality of their carpet weaving, which they often use as objects of bartering. They formerly held many more for years, but have been pushed back by SCP-3838-4. SCP-3838-4 2054 CE to 3000. The largest known tribe in terms of time occupied, SCP-3838 is shunned by and hostile to other tribes and to the Foundation. They are often dressed in human skins, although captured members claim that these are only skins of SCP-3838-8 members. Nevertheless, this practice has led them to be abhorred by the other tribes, with the only exceptions of the SCP-3838-7 survivors, who have a good relationship with SCP-3838-4. They are reportedly obsessed with SCP-3838-8 and are attempting to create an empire of time to stand against them. The obstinate slave will incorporate other tribes into their own. They are known for their protection of a particular horn, which houses the body of the fallen foe. Interesting oral tradition among SCP-3838-2 includes a reference to an ancient urn, and older survivors of SCP-3838-7 have talked of losing their urn. SCP-3838-5, a small tribe, SCP-3838-5 has been almost wiped out. Its members are renowned for their skill at cooking and could be found in large numbers at the marketplace, and sometimes within the other tribes. Reportedly, they are running low on good pasture land and constantly meet themselves in the tiny size of their remaining territory. Their time periods go to 3000 CE to 3020 CE. SCP-3838-6 time period 3020 ECE to 3450 ECE. Traditional allies of SCP-3838-5, SCP-3838-6 possess particularly advanced technology often found at the marketplace. SCP-3838-6 are known for their lack of synchronism, practicing a relatively pure form of Untitled. They are known to have dealings with a group called themselves the Empire for the Reclamation of Islamic Artifacts, believed to be a future variant of the ORIA. They are, however, extremely friendly and cooperative with the Foundation despite this. SCP-3838-7, none. Formerly the 3500 CE to 4100 CE. This tribe was destroyed. Surviving members and their descendants can occasionally be found in other tribes at the marketplace. Although most were incorporated into SCP-3835, 3838-5, although the other SCP-3838 instances ascribed in this destruction to SCP-3838-4. Surviving SCP-3838-7 members claim it was done by SCP-3838-8. SCP-3838-8, unknown in the far future. Very little is known of this tribe. No members have ever been seen encountered. And the other SCP-3838 instances ordinarily refuse to speak of them outside of their oral tradition, which states that they were the tribe fought against at the Great Battle, although other sources state that it was a single powerful figure who was fought against. As both traditions are believed to have been He did well after the event. The only one exception is SCP-3838-4, who refers to them as the enemy above all enemies. In the Rejectors, limited contact with SCP-3838-4 has prevented the Foundation from learning more. However, Addendum 1. On January 2nd, 2011, a member of SCP-3838-4 approached the research base attached to the perimeter defenses, claiming to be an envoy. The figure asked for an interview with the site director, which was granted. A transcript can be found below. Interviewer Dr. Sahaya Ashi-Bavaisi. Site director. Interviewee, an envoy from SCP-3838-4. Date February 11th, 2011. Hello there. The envoy is silent. Look, tell me what you want. You're lucky we're even granting you this interview. We have met your kind before. You will understand my hesitancy in trusting you, Khanum. You capture our people, kill our soldiers. We do not easily forget. You kill ours. You kill our friends among the tribes. Oh, what is the point of this? I could tell you we have a purpose. I could tell you we have a purpose behind our raids. That I take no joy in killing our brothers. But what to what end? It would convince you of nothing. Let us stick to the matter at hand. Go on then. What is it you wanted to discuss? What do you know of the battle? The great battle that defined our world. Little. The envoy sighs heavily. It matters little? Let me find another way to put it. Imagine we made a prison. I didn't think you went into that kind of thing. A prison. By one of many aspects. If you want to truly lock something away, you make its substance uncertain. You trap part of it in another reality, in another different concept of existence, in another pocket of time. Something is imprisoned by you? Yes. I'll need more than that. I cannot give it to you. You cannot know. No. We have 9 centuries of time to look after. Pastors and children and women folk. Our years are good and vast, and we protect our own. Nobody else remembers us. They all forget. They see us only as bloodthirsty tyrants. They all forgot. Now we stand alone. The 7th tribe were the only others, and they die. We need help. You contain things, yes? You hidden them. You keep them hidden. We do, but that's not how it works. We need to know what we're dealing with. What? No, we cannot. I'm sorry. Then we cannot make a deal. Look, you can stand on your principles all you like, but this is happening. Kananam. The eternal heaven has orchestrated this. If we told you, we would be breaking our promise. We made a pact. We will not bend. And if you do not, then it will be released. What do you want from us then? To talk, to have you as an intermediary, for they will not trust us. We cannot unite the tribes, so we must join with them. Please, Canada, please help us. The envoy is shaking at this point. How do I know that you won't You don't, Kana. But you are the jailers. You are the ones who keep us safe. Everyone's safe. From the dark behind the eyes. A pause for 5 seconds. Alright, come with me. There are some people you should speak to. And log. Following this, SCP-3838-4 has agreed to stop up its program of expansion against the other SCP-3838 instances. SCP-3838-4 has refused to elaborate further on the nature of SCP-3838-8, but the Foundation has agreed to support its efforts at political alliance and communication with the other SCP-3838 instances, as it is believed the nature of the threat is described as serious enough to warrant precautions. Addendum 2. On September 20th, 2017, several documents in the personnel collection of the 19th Century Foundation operative in Orlando as John Callahan were recovered by the Foundation. Among these was a translation into English of a song Callahan heard during the Marketplace period, said originated among SCP-3838-8. It reads as follows. They forget the hollow words upon the death of time. May they share the fate those who deny to me what's mine. They forget the howling chains that bind me safe away. One of my old has forgotten it in this way. They forgot the steel words they used to cast me down. They shall not forget it again before my flaming crown. They forget the 7 brides that wait for my return. Such loveliness is lost upon the children of the urns. They forgot the seals that they are used to keep me still. Only one remembers, and it's not bent to my will. 7 seals, 7 tribes, 6 proclaim, 1 shall be mine. An era at the end of your days of the Crimson Khan shall ride.